Man, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You could probably be able to tell by my voice, but I'm really sick today. Like, really sick. Like, my nose is stuck, throat is hurting, head's aching. Might be TP, but I threw up the other day twice. You know what I'm saying? Man, but we just gonna get into the video. We doing what if not Naruto. What if Izuku Midoriya had pyrokinesis? And that's like the power to control fire. Sorta like what Endeavor's QUIRK is, but you know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're gonna get into the video. We gonna start it when Inko Midoriya is at the hospital. As we know, she has her small telekinesis QUIRK. And Izuku's dad is rumored to have a dragon or fire QUIRK. So, we're going to be seeing their QUIRKs combine and get stronger to form Deku's pyrokinesis QUIRK. So he can control flames, make fire. So it's sort of like basically Endeavor's QUIRK, but it's gonna be a little bit better. You see what I'm talking about? And he a late bloomer. He not gonna awaken his QUIRK until late. So we start off at the hospital. Baby pops out, black hair like his father. And the father is like, this boy's gonna have no potential. Julia, I'm leaving. We are short on milk. And baby Izuku's like, oh no, please, don't leave me, Dad. And then Inko is like, you're not nothing. I'm putting you on child support. And I'm just in the back. I'm the doctor. I'm just in the back. Like, Dr. TJ just there. And like, dang, this is a really messed up family. Baby crying. He just popped out the womb 2 seconds ago. The mama finna put this dude on child support and he finna leave his baby. I'm like, alright, y'all all need to, hold on. So I'm like, alright, y'all all need to get out of my hospital room right now. So I discharged them, Dr. TJ discharges them. And we gonna skip to after his dad goes to get the milk. And it's his 4th birthday. Izuku, with so much energy, by the way, wakes up Inko at 9 o'clock in the morning. Keep in mind, the doctor's office doesn't open until 10 o'clock. So, he wakes Inko up, and he like, Mom, no time for breakfast. We have to go to the doctor's right now. And she asks him what time it is. And when he reveals that it's 9, she's like, boy, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to get out of my room. And Izuku has no choice but to just listen at this point, because if he doesn't, you know what's gonna happen. Anyways, they wait until just around 12 o'clock. They eat breakfast and whatnot. And then Inko takes Izuku to the QUIRK doctor to get tested for his QUIRK. Now, scans popped up saying he has a QUIRK, but it's to be determined, which means they can't figure out what type of QUIRK he has. And they're just trying to find out. They're saying, come back in a few weeks for a follow-up. That's me again, Dr. TJ. Dr. TJ is like, come in a few weeks later for a follow-up check. Follow-up checkup. And Inko obliges completely. 3 weeks later, they come back. Still no QUIRK to be found. Well, QUIRK is there. They just can't figure out what it is. So I'm like, TJ, like, he says, well, Inko, it would appear that your child's QUIRK can be determined. So, when you do see signs of this QUIRK popping up, please come back to my office and we will settle what it is then. By the way, Ingo, you're gonna gain a few pounds if you don't lay off the stuff. If you know what I mean. And then Inko says, "Alright, doctor, thank you. And by the way, you're not my father, so I don't care what you say." And Dr. TJ says, "Alright, I warned you. You're gonna be losing a lot of fans if you don't listen to me, but get out of my office." So the Midoriyas leave and go back home. When they arrive, Izuku asks his mom, "Mom, what did he say about my quirk?" "Well, Izuku, your quirk is yet to be determined, which means you'll have to figure it out on your own. So you do have a quirk, but we just don't know what it is yet." And Izuku gets turned, like, he's pumped up to the maximum. He's like, "Oh man, I finally have a quirk, and I'm gonna be a superhero just like All Might." And then Inko is just smiling in the background. And we fast forward to the day after, the day of their graduation from middle school, or junior high school, whatever you call it, where you from. We fast forward to Bakugo bullying Deku for not having a quirk, even though Deku has told everybody in the school multiple times that the doctor has said. Dr. TJ told him that his quirk is gonna pop up soon, but no one believes him. Nobody. Not Bakugo, not any of the weird kids with the weird quirks, not any of the teachers, not even the principal believes him. So Deku has basically lost all faith, and he's going back to normal canon Midoriya. So he's about to go jump off, just like Bakugo suggests, but he can't find the strength to do it, and he just walks under the tunnel, gets captured by the sludge villain. But as soon as All Might pops up, Midoriya awakens his support. Wait, no, that's not what we're gonna do. He gets saved by All Might as a cannon. But when he follows All Might, when he grabs onto All Might and they land on the roof, that's also not where he awakens his quirk. But when he finds Bakugo getting tortured by the sludge villain because he made All Might drop it on the way up to the roof, that's where he awakens his quirk. He's fighting the sludge villain with his backpack and whatnot, and he's like, "No, you're not gonna take Kacha from me, you dirty stupid you dirty stupid sludge villain." And then he just blasts the sludge villain in the face with fire. And then fire catches on the Bakugo's clothes, but Deku somehow just knows how to control it and just burns the sludge villain just to a crisp. And he's like bacon. He's not even liquid anymore. He's not slimy at all. He's like a piece of burnt bacon. You all know that one piece of burnt bacon that your mom has made one time. We all can agree that our mom's cooking is good, but she has burnt the bacon at least one time. No. All Might, seeing this, knows that he has broken young Midoriya's heart, but has just witnessed his act of kindness and leaps in to capture the sludge villain and puts him back in the bottle, even though he barely fits because he's a piece of bacon now. And then they take Bakugo to the hospital. Deku is getting lectured by those villains. I mean, not lectured, but swarmed by a lot of interviewers, the paparazzi, and some of those heroes. And then All Might just pops up and saves him. Nobody even noticed. They're just swarming around themselves. And All Might is walking with young Midoriya, and he's like, "Well, I know what I said earlier, but seeing your act of courageousness and you finally awaken your quirk, young Midoriya, you too can become a hero." And he goes on the whole spiel about One For All and how he's looking for a successor because he's kind of crippled and he can't fight for real no more. And then Deku accepts. So they go on a 10-month training. Deku gets used to this pyrokinesis quirk. But we gonna start at like the first week of their training. Deku is walking home from the beach. And Bakugo pops up. Says, Deku, you didn't tell me you had a quirk. Yes, I did, Kachan. You and everyone else just didn't listen to me. After I told you multiple times that I was a late bloomer. Well, Deku, thanks for saving me, I guess. You mind training with me sometimes? Maybe on the weekends, but I have training with this top secret mentor on the weekdays. So, on the weekends, Bakugo and Deku train with each other, and All Might continues to train Midoriya on the weekdays, all the way for the 10 months until we go skip to the day of the introduction. Izuku is about to he sees his girl about to trip. Instead of Izuku tripping, he sees Ochako Uraraka about to slip and fall. And since he has pyrokinesis, he can control the temperature of his flames too. So his flames can be cold. So he launches like a cold bed of flames under her to save her from the fall and lifts her back up. And their conversation sort of goes as normal because his personality would have not have changed, considering that he was a fatherless child, no dad in his home. His pops went to go get the milk. Like, his dad didn't care about him not one bit, not even because his hair color changed. Anyhow, we see Izuku taking the written exam, and of course he's a nerd, and he's gonna ace that. But then, just as he's sweating a little bit over the final 2 questions, Ida behind him says, You're distracting the girl next to you. Would you please stop causing so much racket? And Izuku turns around and was like, yo, watch who you're talking to. And that's where that what if personality comes in. Cause like, Izuku, he not no B word in this what if. Like, he might still get the same Izuku timid little Deku thing going on. But getting the quirk changed over them 10 months, he got used to it. He not gonna be wearing no more. And I'm also gonna say, you know what? Let's not change it. All Might did just now give him one for all, but he's not gonna use it at all in the intric exams. So he's talking to Ida like, you better watch who you're talking to. And Ida gets a little bit, he gets some chills going down his back, and it's like, man, I'm sorry, it's just a misunderstanding. I thought you were trying to distract her on purpose. So they get back to their test, and everyone finishes to go take, and then starts the second part, which is the physical part of the exam. So we're gonna say that Deku aces the exam with flying colors. He destroys. He gets the second most points in history, and that's only on physical points. Hero points, he tops All Might score. Like, absolutely obliterates All Might score. I'm gonna tell you how this went now. After Deku destroys like two pointers at the same time, he would see Uraraka, or he would feel the ground start to shake. He would look up and then see the 0-pointer come out, and Uraraka be trapped under some rubble. So he would go to come and save her, but he couldn't really move it, even with all his training. So he's debating on using one for all or not. And just as he is about to, the 0-pointer is inching closer and is about to step on him. So he has to like use one for all and like blast. Like he has like, alright, I just said like almost 3 times, at least 3 times in the same sentence. Deku infuses his fire quirk, his pyrokinesis quirk, with one for all, and sort of blasts the piece of rubble that Uraraka is stuck under into the 0 Pointer's foot, and it goes all the way up through his body to his chest. And he then grabs Uraraka and like blasts all the way up using his pyrokinesis, and then hits a Detroit smash on the 0 Pointer's face. So yeah, he gets the hero points for not only saving her from the rubble, and I'm gonna say he has like some semblance of healing abilities because he could like, what is it called? Cauterize the wound. Like her ankle and her leg was stuck, so he kind of cauterizes it, stops it from bleeding, and seals it shut so it doesn't really get infected until I forgot what the healer's name was, but you know, the old short lady. You guys know what I'm talking about. I haven't watched MHA in so long, but I'm sorry about that. He tops All Might score, and every teacher watching is looking at him in awe. He's destroyed so many 1 Pointers, 2 Pointers, and 3 Pointers, and then saved the girl and destroyed the 0 Pointer. It's like he's like the new All Might, and they don't know that that's All Might's successor yet. So we cut to Izuku at home, just chilling. About a week later, and he gets his invitation letter, and All Might pops up in his Toshinori Yagi form, or his crippled form. It says, "Young Midoriya, you've done well. You've even, I hate to admit it, but you've even passed up my score on the physical portion of the exam. And I have to say that I'm very proud of you. And I admit, even the hardest teachers to impress are proud of you as well, young Midoriya. You've done great. Keep up your training. You've made it into the school. And go beyond. Plus, oh yeah, young Midoriya, this is gonna explode in like 5 seconds. You might want to throw this out the window." And with that, Deku like throws it through the window and probably shatters some glass on the way. Inko like kicks the door down and it's like, "Why in the fuck did you just, you know what? You're grounded." And he's like, "Wait, but mom, I'm gonna miss the first day." "I don't care. You're grounded." But then he ends up talking Inko over, and she lets him go to the first day of school. But when he's at home, he's definitely grounded. No phone, no talking to no girls, no going out, no 2-mans with Bakugo, nothing. We're gonna skip right to the first day of school. I don't remember what happened because it's a bunch of filler. But we're gonna cut right to the test. When Aizawa has Deku throw the ball. Deku has been training with one for all, like day in and day out. He's really learned how to use it. His body isn't weak and fragile anymore because with the hope that he will have a quirk, he's trained physically and mentally, and he also trained with All Might. So strengthened his body up a little bit and prepared for like the one for all, even though he didn't know he was gonna get it yet. So he throws the ball with about 15% one for all in his hand, not full cowling. So it kind of like bruises his hand, but you kind of see some steam coming off of his hand, and it like heals like immediately, barely enough time for anyone to notice it. But Aizawa does notice it, and he's like, he thinks in his head, this kid's interesting. And we're gonna just say Deku scores #1 out of all the tests because he's kind of super duper broken in this footage. And then we're gonna skip to the USJ. Yay, finally not feeling. We're gonna finally see some villains, guys. If I sound depressed, that's because I'm very sick. And like, I'm just thinking about how cringe my channel used to be before. Like, that was like a year ago. And my channel was so cringe, man. Anyhow, they pop out to the USJ, and Deku was like, I don't know, something seemed off. So he pulled his phone out. He got All Might like, man, keep your eyes open and be ready to pop out. Be ready to pop out. I'm sorry, somebody's texting me. Be ready to pop out at any time. So All Might like bet that up, young Midoriya, and they go into the USJ building. They're like, wow, the scenery is so cool. And Kaminari is like, yeah, look at all of the biomes. And Kirishima says, yeah, man, they even have fake villains. And so I was like, what? Fake villains? Where? And then they just see the whole horde of villains. Or not the whole horde of villains. They just see Kurogiri, the Nomu, and Shigaraki. And then Kurogiri opens that portal, and all the villains just pop out of him. Pause. Hard pause. But man, and that's where we gonna be leaving this for today. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't, comment down below what I need to improve on. Subscribe if you like my content. And if you want more, hit the like goal, which is gonna be 3 likes. I'm not gonna keep it too high because I barely got no subscribers. But 3 likes, and y'all gonna get the next part to what if Midoriya had pyrokinesis. I just went on my flow on this thing. Like, I had no script, and I'm kind of sick, so like, peace out, y'all, and have a good night. I'm out.